What's good, man? It's OG Drip, man. It's channel where we talk about the spiritual truth and how you utilize energy on a day-to-day basis, man. And check this out, man. I know y'all see me look a little weird, man. It's early in the morning where I'm at. Y'all see the fog in the back or whatever it is. But you know when the time is calling, you got to get your butt up here. But anyways, man, you know how they say early bird get the worm. So anyway, when it comes out of the energy coming to you, sometimes you got to speak, especially when they got the message out there that says, God gives his strongest warriors the toughest battles. Listen, I'm here for that, and I know exactly what that means on a deeper level of just some regular conscious stuff of just saying, hey, you got a hard war, you need to fight it. And no, this don't be that type of war. They be putting us in wars that has nothing to do with us, as further saying God's workers or God warriors or God angels. You feel what I'm saying? Because it get deep. Not only do you have to worry about people then, in this world being brainwashed by, religion. You got people being brainwashed in them household, brainwashed by the gender, brainwashed by the color, brainwashed by everything, like color, like, dark skin versus light skin, like all type of messed up junk that even as a warrior, when you come in the world or as an angel, you come out here and you have to know how to live with that, even though you see what they might not see. You know how they say you can see the things that's when you get more spiritual, you can see more than what the average human eye see, and they try to break it down to like 33% or whatever, basically. But that was breaking down the sun being debilitated, hitting 33 degrees of torque. But anyway, before getting into that, it's just saying, like, when you actually sit there and think about people like that's in tuning, like you, whoever making these type of even content, especially the content creators, even just being a different type of shift of consciousness come with a whole bunch of how I'm gonna say, a lot of resistance coming with it, right? Where you could probably name 10 YouTubers possibly that made more than 10 million views in 1 month on one video. You get what I'm saying? But when it comes to the astrology world, you probably can't even name 3 out of 2 years that even have 10 million views or even near it, right? Because now they already, even if they just do conscious stuff, because they already is one up. They already is not third dimensional. They already in the fourth dimension of their conscious. And then you got the occult people, like I was saying, explaining that. They bring it down to the fifth dimension because they like to hide behind this personal feeling. So when they do stuff, it be out of ill intentions. So it be wicked intentions, the Luciferian energy. But just to get into it and not lose y'all too much on all the little Christian church and all these type of words and stuff they make. Just being realistic. Think about this as a warrior, what you go through, if you understand where I'm coming from, right? Because you got to worry about the conscious community. You got to worry about the gender people, these clubs they make, the feminist club, the LGBT, whatever, the alphabet letters, whatever the freak club. You got all these different things, even if they don't accept it. So you got these two things being separated, and it's always being divided. And there's always something being conquered. But yet you come in here trying to put everybody together, trying to tell everybody we can get to this point. And not saying everybody in the world can get to this point in this lifetime, because you being a higher up that already understand why people even experiences contracting, coming back forth over and over, and leaving, coming back, leaving, coming back, leaving, coming back. You get what I'm saying? So you can see as a memory card, instead of a person coming to a cap, they start to gain more gigabytes, or however you want to look at it, from a perspective that help you understand it. Whatever you're into, side it to that. And that is how you really find it. You can find it through your biases. You just got to know how to do it. But when we dealing with this type of stuff, y'all, not only that, you have relationships that's poisoned. So when we looking at this chart, man, it's messed up, because you can have this pander energy, that come from the women's side mainly. And what it means by that is they already knew your feminine energy. They already knew you're supposed to be using at 60. So what they do is kind of overindulge in that, kind of make you at a 70%. Because you know why? Once you got all this water and you trying to logicalize what somebody got, the only thing they have to do is break whatever someone's got that got to come in contact with you or whatever. So this is the reason why you see the broken home thing. I already made a video breaking that down, not to get too deep into it, but we see how it plays out with the alpha male versus the feminist woman, versus the woman that you could pamper all day to and, give all the dues to, and still at the end of the day, get treated like a scum. They just pass you along because they don't see the value in actually what you're doing. It's too muggy. It's too watery. It's too much mud. You feel what I'm saying? It's so earthy that it's dry. Either one of the two. So they use the feminine energy in the wrong perspective. And when I say the wrong, this just meaning right by you. So you ain't got to, hey, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be like, hey, Drip, you don't know what you... Hey, listen, that's on you then. Go ahead and play it out in life and you gonna tell me how I work about it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you got this type of stuff going on, especially if you're a higher up person. You're coming from perspectives that people are not able to see. You could drop down and see their levels, but they're not able to see the levels you're trying to sometimes get people to see. And a lot of times the people with these cloudy lenses, depending on whatever the situation is, it could even be, bro, you got to avoid generational curses. And y'all, I'm saying this because this is how much powerful God is to pull a miracle for a person like me to even go through that on different levels. You feel what I'm saying? To even be able to come to this type of conscious or even talking. I never was raised with a person that even talked near like this. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it be gifts within themselves, but a person got to really take advantage of it. Me just sitting here talking to people in my household, they ain't going to get me nowhere. You know what I mean? Like, real talk. So it be coming out to the world where you got to express it, especially when other people need confirmation. They probably sitting there like, am I tripping? Or is all the women got like this thing of, if you can't do what they want when they want it to, your ass is grass. And anything they do is already justified. And do I got the thing to say that all is men out there that just ain't shit, no matter what you try to do, no matter how loyal you is? Yes. But you also got the people that's, out there that's bridging and trying to change things and make things different. You know what I mean? It's easy to say that because when you got people that's out here in this world, they love to compare you for when it's time to bring you down. But they don't like to compare you when it's time for them to look at you doing something different. And this is the reason why all religions have a problem with things, and all people and all these gender things and all these people that get trapped in these mentalities, because that spaceship do not allow them to reach those limits. You get what I'm saying? It's like, it's crazy. And it's a possibility they can, but they have to be able to jump about those spaceships to see where somebody actually coming from, to be completely transparent and not just looking at it all one-sided or all unbalanced. You know what I mean? And that's the thing behind this junk. It's like, it's so much unbalanced as a warrior. And that's what we mean. Like, bro, God definitely give us, because you got to keep you got to keep sanity around a bunch of motherfuckers that look like they losing sanity. Just like the damn Matrix. You know what I'm saying? It's like, when you take the red pill, this is what the world really look like. When you get spiritual, real spiritual, not no pill and all this crazy ass shit, but when you real spiritual and understand even what the pill concept means, just how reality actually seems, so you can actually see people's mind, but you're looking at everybody's mind from a whole, so you're looking at the world view, and it's like, damn, this world fucked up. Like, damn, Earth was good. Like, heavens was good. What happened to the world? Like, damn, people's minds so contaminated. It's like they got different viruses, different what it's called, parasites and all type of things, and they don't know how to esoterically remove these bugs. So these bugs go to affecting these people in real life. So you surrounded around a bunch of people, and now this don't mean if you just wrong in one area that you just no. But sometimes when you start finding yourself drifting in a lot of different weird areas, you got to learn how to catch yourself, because you just being consciously aware to it. But sometimes people pick and choose what they want to be consciously aware to. So that's why we be saying that little 33% junk and all this. So it's like a good confusion, but kind of how to play it on the masses. But once you understand it, even if they want to use it from a physical level, you can be like, I can still see what they're saying, because at the end of the day, people only seeing what they want to see. You know what I mean? Like, a person could be clearly showing that they're not for a person. They're just, yeah, they is there for me. Or a person could be clearly showing a person that they're here for them no matter what they go through. And a person could just look right past that. You got men that do it a lot too. And that's what make me have a thing with the men. So as a man, I'm not going to give a damn about talking too much about the men. But at the end of the day, it is a messed up thing when, even as an angel, right? Say if you want to get in a relationship, or you faithful in a relationship, and by this man playing out so many cheating attributes, he probably wasn't as active or intimate into a relationship as you is. So this give him opportunity to spread energy. So whatever this woman or whoever his main one is not going to get that much of the time and attention, because they have to be separated and split it 2 times. So now it's to a point of now how women are, when you're giving them that much of time and attention, it's damn near overbearing, because now, and then when it get overbearing, it get to a point like, hey, you supposed to do this. Hey, you need to do this. And that's okay, because when it get down to this, y'all, I'm bringing it down from a mental perspective, just showing you how it fall out physical. But it all comes down to, we just seeing how the feminine, the receiving, the ability to receive, the masculine energy, the ability to push out stuff, being able to, change things, being able to create things. So what some of these men do is create damaged path women or damaged women that's cold-hearted and stuff like that. So when they dealing with a warm-hearted individual or a person that can show them life, they don't really even know how to respond to it and treat this person as if it's just like everyone else. So this is where we start getting the things of unbalancing then. So just to make this message, hopefully it helps somebody. And I'm sorry that I had to wait to get this deep into it, but that's the thing now. The attention span of the people steady be getting shorter. You got shorts, you got, you got TikTok, you got all these short programs and these videos, and the time length of people getting shorter for the government to have more time, and they're putting you into those, and you really see your real attention, what they call it attention, but really esoterically, your esoteric concentration wearing off. You get what I'm saying? You ain't got enough orange juice in the spiritual realm to be able to concentrate right. Cause so you all everywhere. You airy and stuff, and you can't really find yourself. And we don't mean like airy in that sense. And then sometimes you're getting logical, sometimes you're getting. So basically, what you're doing is getting elementized by every single element. So it don't matter what element you is, you're getting hit by all this stuff because we all have 12 houses. So we all have an experience that we go through. We might not have a planet there, which is talking about the type of attention you're putting there. So that type of action that you're going to proceed in it, such as if it's Mercury, is about communication, intellect. You know how to receive and be analytical, how to download data, that type of stuff, right? So when sometimes you hear even us having to be warriors, you have to be able to stand and fight through all that, because you're going to be put in predicaments where you're going to be tried to be looked at, or somebody's going to try to compare you to everyone else on this world. And by you being spiritual, you might not be like everybody else. You might actually did it for a good sense of your heart, and by other people playing so many games around this person, these individuals, they might be tarnished. So it's kind of crazy, because these individuals be in your neighborhood, if you a person like me, for say my skin tone, my background and where I come from. So it's kind of messed up that you're automatically, especially as an angel, got to fight fire with fire. You got people in the hood. I done been in the hood my whole life. I never heard nobody talk, even in tones I'm speaking on. I done heard plenty of people talk about the Bible. I never heard nobody break down how to make it not contradictive, how to say, marriage, sex before marriage, and people like, oh, well, how people getting created. But understanding that, do not engage with this feeling and make this emotion stick to it, or understanding adultery, or understanding all of this from a different perspective than it just being physical. You know what I mean? I went through mines or whatever, but I normally don't put it on video, but I'm finna put it on video real quick to show y'all or whatever. But I done had my past near-death experience, and that be part of that Scorpio living, right? Where you might have to face death and stuff like that to understand this part of life, or understand you losing something that really changed you, so it end up transforming you, making you a better person. But it depends on how you transform with that energy. But this is my leg, y'all. Let me switch the camera around. I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all, some of the surgery and junk I went through, and we're gonna get back to it. But as y'all can see, these are the holes in my leg. These is where they had to put the rod screws all down here. This is where my bone came out at. Then with my other bone. Then after that, my bone came out right here. So all the way down to my dang ankle. And that's why I got my socks off real quick, so I can show y'all. Not only that, both feet. So hold up. You know what I mean? And hopefully, you know what I'm saying, they just showing like, bro, I'm sitting there, you know what I'm saying, bleeding out. I ain't had nowhere in my path or nothing happening. And if I even told that whole story, a lot of people won't even believe it. So when I'm looking at stuff like that, and I'm looking at the life how I used to live, or what I was thinking that it was out to do, and thinking that these were my purposes, I got sat down and seeing that I had other purposes in life beyond just being a pro football player, or beyond just being, the number one hustler, or whatever you want to look at, bro. And I'm just being real with y'all. So at the end of the day, these was trials and tribulations where I had to take it and go a different route about it. I could have just sat there and became a Christian. But nah, bro, I had these same battles and trials and tribulations, just like what I'm explaining, that what we go through as, warriors. So when they say God give us the toughest battles, but it ain't no lie. So cause we got us against the world, and so you could get the world to see, hey, that ain't y'all either. So it's basically, hey, the devil versus God. And I ain't saying I'm God, but I'm saying we're messengers of God, right? So we're God warriors or soldiers, however you want to look at it. So I'm trying to help people understand it without getting lost. They're being like, oh, so you saying no, I'm saying exactly what it is. Whether you believe it or not, I'm a warrior of God. I'm here to carry God duties. I'm not here to tell everybody they need to become more rich in order to become, the person in the world. But at the same time, we do live in a world where the more you have, the more a person may respect you. So for a warrior, we might have to get all that. You know what I'm saying? God gonna make sure his warriors got all that, so a person could be able to see them for what it is, so the stuff could get right through it. You know what I mean? And I'm out, man. OG Drip.